Let me read this back to you guys.
All right.
So women are superior to men because 1, they're chased upon by both men and women. 2, they're changing the world by being involved in government. 3, they're financial providers. 4, they have more emotional intelligence to communicate effectively. And then 5, more understandable, and they have adaptation skills. Do you guys want to add to any of that?
We put reproduction in there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Freebie.
Yeah,
Bingo.
Takes a big 5 right
Also
there.
nurturing.
That's 6. Anything else?
Nurturing.
Who said that? Nurturing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to add into OnlyFans?
So to my channel.
Anything else?
All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to start debunking this one by one.
All right.
Let's start with the nurturing. Men make far better fathers than women make mothers when put in a single predicament, okay? There's a book that shows that single fathers do significantly better than single mothers, okay? Single fathers raise better children that end up not being degenerates versus single mothers raise criminals, degenerates, alcoholics, and
Bombers.
Way higher likelihood of the kid being a fuck up. So when it comes to nurturing, men are actually better than that. So that's debunked. Reproduction. Well, unfortunately, you need 2 to reproduce. You need sperm and you need an egg. So that's kind of a moot point. More understandable / adaptation skills. I find it interesting that you guys are saying women have better adaptation. The reality is men have better adaptation because we are the ones that respond to the environment by creating things and making inventions to make your life better.
What makes you think that men are the only ones that do that, though?
90% plus of inventions have been created by men. So anyway, men by far
because sorry, keep going.
Wait, hold on. You talk kids? You teach kids?
So men are superior at adaptation because we are the ones that innovate and literally create inventions to adapt to society to make life easier. Most modern conveniences that you enjoy now were made by men. Don't create anything.
Why is that though? Because men have been in that role for as long as we have been all a thing. Like
Really? Why do women dominate college attendance and higher education then and still not innovate?
Because they didn't have it back from history.
Because they don't.
Women didn't have that many
You
rights.
have free choice right now. Why not do it?
Yeah, but that
are.
logically carries over. That from
it has been.
It's been years. It's been years. Come on.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
and men
Not
have
enough
had
time that
way
you guys
more
have had.
centuries, like way more time than what
History
we have
plays
had.
a role
We
of
have
what's
had
going on
decades
now.
only for
Okay,
us to be
I understand that, but you know now better, correct?
okay.
So do better. Why not?
But
he
we
just said
are.
women
Who
are
says that
now
we
in more
aren't?
higher education. Back then, it wasn't like
And you're
that.
still choosing to not do these jobs.
Who
Yeah.
said that?
Who is that?
You girl.
Who's saying that we can't have an innovation
No,
job?
you can, but you don't choose it though.
Why wouldn't we? It's up to HR.
Nigga, it's your education. You want to be a lineman, you want to be a plumber, but you choose to be in the office, with AC all day.
Why do men
No,
choose
that's
that,
not
though?
everybody though.
Majority though is. the
Why
point.
would a man want to choose that instead of being in an office job then?
No, I'm saying because men innovate, men create. You guys just kind of like.
Well,
You move in.
women could do the same thing.
Yeah, they
can, but
could,
they
but they
choose not to,
don't.
though.
Is what
It's
he's
the point.
saying.
For example, you train men and women, right?
Yeah.
Your profession. How many women actually train other men? Not many, right?
I feel like a lot more women would.
I don't know. I'm not really. Like,
Let me
in
continue
that world.
debunking their ridiculous claims.
All right.
All
So,
right.
reproduction, we destroyed that. Nurturing, we defeated that. Adaptation, we already defeated that because men are the ones that invent, which is literally the definition of adaptation because you're creating inventions to adapt to a growing society. Don't invent anything. More understandable, I don't really know how that makes you more superior, but whatever. Emotional intelligence, communicating effectively. Really? All the top podcasts are men. All the top audio type books are from men. The best authors are men, so I don't think women are better communicators. That's a fallacy. Financial providers. Most of the wealth is controlled by men, actually. Men, literally, the billionaires, etc. The richest women all made their money by inheritance or divorce. So men are actually better financial providers. Changing the world by government. There's really no successful society that's run by a woman. The United States, the strongest economic powerhouse. China and Russia, some of the strongest countries, nuclear powers, run by men, so that's not true. And if anything, the economy has gotten worse by allowing women to vote because ever since the 1960s, we've progressively become worse. And then chased upon by both men and women. I mean, if you want to use that as a metric of superiority, whatever. But the reality is women are actually chasing a small minority of men. So everything you guys said here is wrong.
Okay.
But I'll tell you how men are superior. We control the wealth. We're stronger, physically superior, more intelligent. Most most human beings of high IQ are men. Most geniuses are men. Men create almost everything when it comes to inventions. We're better than you guys when it comes to sports, even in other competition where it's not even necessarily physicality. When it comes to chess or video games or driving, men have more dexterity. Yeah, I mean, we're better cooks than you guys, despite the fact that women say that they can cook. Yeah, I mean, men are better than women in almost every regard if you actually put them against each other competing. This is why we have to have separate leagues for you guys because you suck so much.
Do you think it's because men support men more than women support women? Like how you said about your podcast with men, wouldn't this be mostly men watching this versus than women?
What does that have to do with women being inferior?
It's just you have saying more men are better in this, like example, sports. That would make more sense because, like you said earlier,
physically you are more.
From an intelligence standpoint too.
Mentor-wise, friendship-wise.
Men have higher IQs.
He was just saying earlier, he was like, I would not hang out with a dude I don't like, right? You see it more in women. That also plays a role. And why, like, you guys are more dominant in certain fields because you have more mentorship and support. Do you think if women thought more like men like that, women would have dominated that area?
To be fair, women don't support other women. Look at WNBA games.
Yeah, but the WNBA is not nearly as fun as the NBA because they have from like both support.
The point is women don't support each other.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
I still don't understand. What is your argument here? How women are more superior to men?
You're saying men are more superior. Example, like your podcast, where you said a podcast, there's more men led, right? But that's because so much more men are watching that. What if this was a woman podcast with the same people? More women have been watching that.
Okay, I see your point now. You're talking about the point about communicating more effectively. No, I said the reason why I said the top podcasts are run by men is because men communicate more effectively. This is why they're more listened to and more popular. Female-run podcasts
No, because they're less adaptable. Women will be and stand with other women that they don't like. There is a certain few that will do that, but men don't do that, is what I'm saying.
Women listen to podcasts too. It's just that they don't care about listening to female co-hosts talk about stuff. Like Call Her Daddy, for example, one of the most popular female podcasts.
Split.
All they talk about is sex and being
That's
nothing
a
interesting.
lie.
That's quite literally what they talk about.
Which one is it called? Which one?
You don't even know what
You don't even
which
know.
one is.
I don't even
Yes,
know
I
it.
do. I
Actually,
just-
and there was
yeah.
2 people and it split because they couldn't agree. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so men actually communicate more effectively. Women say that they communicate more effectively, but the reality is you guys don't.
They deal with more emotions only.
You know,
mainly,
you
You get
know.
triggered, you get mad.
because again,
Maybe because we're passionate about something.
It's fine. It's fine.
okay, that
That's
doesn't refute.
wrong.
You can make the excuse why you guys. The point is that you guys are. That's all I'm saying.
I don't.
I mean, you can
don't
argue
agree
that they're
with
more emotional in relationships, but like that doesn't really help the case.
No, I'm saying like passionate in arguments because we want to get our point across because we
That's not a
want
good
to
thing.
be heard.
Yeah,
Why-
but
why
sometimes
wouldn't we wanna
it
be
doesn't make
heard?
sense.
Why do you want to
so-
argue with your man?
I'm not speaking on those terms, but okay.
No, you can argue, but don't just,
She's trying to make the argument that women are more passionate about their points. Well, I actually
Because
disagree
we
with that.
actually want. Okay. Fine.
Oh, really? Okay, let me ask you this:
All
How
right.
many revolutions have been led by women?
I don't know.
None. They've all been led by men. I would argue passion. If we really want to talk about it, pick up a fucking sword and fight, or a rifle. Women don't do that
But why have that? Why has that happened though?
because they're physically. That's why. Every revolution
No,
has been
because
led by men.
just-
It's not been led. It's not been led by women. They can't fight to defend their beliefs. Men can though.
And it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's why you guys talk to go
So
out
even in
together.
this argument that you're making with passion, don't defend nothing. It's the men.
Yeah.
The freedom you enjoy now, guess what? Some niggas from England came here on a fucking boat, battled scurvy to create the United States of America that you enjoy now. Ain't no women do anything with that.
America.
All right.
See, here's the problem. Women don't understand. A lot of the privileges and benefits that you guys enjoy, it was created by men. Men don't create nothing. You guys
Because we
exist.
just recently
Because of how
had
history
the opportunity.
was.
Exactly. We just recently had the opportunity to be to like. What's
No,
the
but-
word?
You know,
Sorry.
history, what happens? The winners dictate the future. So y'all lost. There
Why
go.
do you think the 4 wives things is so big in Islam?
Because they're irreplaceable.
No.
Why?
Quite literally,
It's
that's
because
why
when the
it's to have
prophets
kids.
was traveling in the places that he was stopping or whatever, he needed help from a woman when he was leading God's words and everything. That's where the whole concept of 4 wives came in.
Bruh, it was to have
Even
more
that's
kids.
someone that's like a prophet.
Spread seed
It
to
was to have
multiply.
more kids,
No, it
man.
wasn't.
Yes, it
Spread
was.
seed to multiply was why it happened. Not because of he needs some help. He has God helping him. Why you? Hold on.
God was helping
prophet-
them. It would have been. Why is there so many of them then? Why did if God was helping him? There
Because
should only
God
be one
knows
prophet.
man's needs, and He knows that he needs to multiply.
Okay,
Ta-da.
how would you multiply? How would you multiply?
Different women.
Yeah, different girls.
But that means women are superior then because he needs.
No,
Okay.
it's because I need to plant some seed somewhere so you can hold the seed, nigga.
You
Like
think-
it's obvious.
That's not what the concept of 4 wives came from. We can go band for band on that one.
Wouldn't it be the same way for women?
You're
though?
lit- you are you literally referencing the most patriarchy-based religion in the world right now, trying to make a point on females?
Huh?
The Quran.
What about it?
You're using the religion of Islam, which is a patriarchy-based religion.
Patriotic based religion.
Patriarchy-based religion.
Patriarchy.
Okay. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Well, basically, men first. Simple terms.
Can you like elaborate?
No, that's
Like
exactly.
traditional, like.
So
men
basically, whenever you have a city, country, what's the right word for it? Society,
first. Okay.
men
In the community.
dominate
Okay.
and they control things.
Patriarchy is a male-led
Okay.
society.
Yeah.
Islam is literally a male-dominated religion. So is Christianity and Judaism. I find it amazing that you're trying to reference a religion that is a patriarchy to try to make a point on women being equal.
Holy
That's
shit.
comedy.